Good morning, 8th grade, and welcome to another math lesson with Miss You. That's Miss Me. So today we are going to learn how to multiply and divide numbers in scientific notation. And that is Common Core Standard 8E4, which is all about operations and scientific notation. That's adding, subtracting, which we already learned, multiplying and dividing, which you're going to learn today. So let's dive right in and take a look at our steps. So our steps say when multiplying or dividing numbers in scientific notation, step number 1, you want to multiply or divide the factor. Now remember, the factor in scientific notation number is the first part, right? So you have a factor times a power of 10. You want to then multiply or divide the power of 10 using the product and quotient, product or quotient property of exponents. And then you want to make sure after you've multiplied and divided that your factor is at least 1 and less than 10. And if it's not, go ahead and convert it so that it is in proper scientific notation. Let's take a look at the first I do problem. It says evaluate the expression. Don't forget evaluate means you want to find the answer, solve, and write your answer in scientific notation. So that means we need to have a factor. And you know what? Just to be helpful, let's make that an F. A factor times a power of 10. So we have 3.45 times 10 to the 4th power times 5 times 10 to the 5th power. First thing I'm going to want to do, just like our step said, multiply, divide the factors. Here it's a multiplication problem, so I'm going to just take the factors. I'm going to multiply them together. And then step 2 is to multiply the powers of 10. So I'm going to take the powers of 10 and multiply those together. And when I'm done, I'm going to put them both together to create that scientific notation number. So 3.45 times 5 is 17.25, and 10 to the 4th times 10 to the 5th power, this is where we're going to use the product property of exponents. So the product property of exponents says when you have exponential expressions with the same base and they're being multiplied, you want to keep that base and add the exponents. So they have the same base of 10, so I'm going to keep that base of 10 and add the exponents, 4 plus 5, to get my new exponent, which will be 9. So after multiplying these two numbers, I get 17.25 times 10 to the 9th power. However, if you know scientific notation, you know that this first number must be between 1 and 10, but it is currently not. So what I have to do is I have to move this decimal over to make the factor a number between 1 and 10. Now, what I have to do next is I have to adjust the power of 10's exponent. And that is all about keeping the number equivalent and keeping it balanced. So if I make the factor smaller by 1 decimal place, I must make the exponent bigger by 1 decimal place. So that becomes 10 to the 10th power. And that is my final expression. So on the answer line, 1.725 times 10 to the 10th power. If you have not done so, please make sure you copy this. So you want to copy this, you want to copy my work, and you want to copy the answer. Go ahead and pause the video now to do that. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Next one is a word problem. So it says a pool holds 8.1 times 10 to the 9th liters of water. The pool is being filled by a hose at the rate of 3 times 10 to the 7th power liters per hour. Liters per hour. how many hours will it take to fill the pool? Okay, so we have a pool, and this pool holds 8.1 times 10 to the 9th liters of water. And the hose that's filling up the pool each hour this hose is putting in 3 times 10 to the 7th liters of water. So 1 hour would be 3 times 10 to the 7th liters. 2 hours, that would double, but we need to figure out how many hours it will take to fill up 8.1 times 10 to the 9th liters of water. Right, the volume of the pool, we want to see how long it will take to fill it up. And in order to do that, we're going to divide the total by the rate. Right, so 8.1 times 10 to the 9th power divided by 3 times 10 to the 7th power. So 8.1 divided by 3, because I'm going to start by dividing the factors. That gives me 2.7. So 8.1 divided by 3 is 2.7. And now for the powers of 10, I'm going to this time use the quotient property of exponents. And that says when you are dividing exponential expressions with the same base, you're going to keep that base and subtract the exponents. And 9 minus 7 is 2. That gives me my new exponent. So let's check the factor to see if it's between 1 and 10. Yes, it is. So this is how many hours it takes to fill up this pool. And if I wanted to, I could write my number in standard notation, right? Because this question doesn't say, please write your answer in scientific notation the way this one did, right? So for this one, I could literally say, so I have to move the decimal over 2 times. I could say that this is 270 hours. It takes 270 hours to fill up this pool. Wow, that is a long time and a big pool. All right, those are the I Do questions. If you have not done so already, please copy my work. Pause the video now so you can do so. My students, please make sure you take a picture of your notes and send them to me in Google Classroom. If this was helpful, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave your questions down in the comments and I will get to them and help clarify things for you. And thank you very much. Until next time.